Now, the rest of the story.
Well, at least the wicked white stuff isn't going to be here for super long, it doesn't seem. It is melting almost as fast as it was falling. But the girls need some hay and fodder, so there's... From in here, I don't want to pull off that until I have to. There's what? There's 4. And then give these guys a hay and a fodder. I don't know if you guys are on my Instagram very much. I'm not sure if I really posted anything about it. And this, the last couple weeks have been a little bit of a whirlwind. But my calving season has continued to go on. Which, it's annoying, but not a terrible thing. Because I have a slew of late season calves as it is, and he is a bull instead of a heifer. I take heifers at this point, especially for how late they are. But once we go through, we're gonna have, the bull was in with them from June 1st to August 15th, and he was away from them since then until about the 1st of January. We'll have him back up here. Then I'm gonna put him back in for 2 months. Anybody that's calved late like this, that I'm not in a position financially where I am willing, not that I couldn't, but where I'm willing to let them go a year and lose a year of calving out of them. No way, no how. So I guess that's, and I've been told multiple times that's how guys start with, you get fall herds like that, because they get 5 or 10 open cows, and that's what they do, is they put the bull back in with them and get their herd split up. And they're all mad at me because it's snowing and they're out of hay, which they weren't last night. We're gonna get some fresh bedding down for them. They've been getting bedding. We had those 3 burst bales stacked out here. We just burned through them, and we still have about 200 bales of fodder to make yet, which seems kind of sketchy, but I mean, we've done sketchy before. With the way the weather's looking, it's supposed to halfway actually straighten out, warm up, freeze, dry, whatever it ends up doing. And we'll go through and we'll get a bunch of fodder made. Well, we can get it made in like a day if I absolutely had to. The big thing that's burning me, which I think every farm will tell you that, when you're down a tractor, albeit a pretty important tractor at that, I don't have the 76 to go and do a bunch of like shredding and all that at night, like if I needed to go and panic bale some stuff, because the 82 is currently committed to the grain cart. And well, as it goes, I'm just doing what we can. So there's Calvin, fodder. I'll show you guys once we get them all fed. Yeah, this is like the best of the best of the best you can give them. Fresh, like less than a couple weeks old fodder. This was a solid bale not that long ago. Don't bother going through and breaking it up, because what they'll do is they're going to tear it apart and shred it, looking for any of the ears that are in it, which it's a good issue for us. There isn't much ears in there, if any. I mean, that combine with standing corn and the plant health we had this year. This, see, you got your tar spot. That won't hurt the cows, but that's why I made as much fodder as I did, and I should have made more for how beautiful this stuff is and wrapped it, because I can feed this stuff as long as I keep it sheltered. They'll go through and they'll nose through this year round, and that is my intentions, or was, if I have much of any left. Oh, see right there. Yum yum. And she's the one that just calved. I don't know where Junior is. Calvin's watching the gate for me. I'd be careful. This last calf, I didn't even realize he was out here, so he had a few days of going on him. There he is. And he was a little bit of a challenge. That is not him. He was a little bit of a challenge to grab. Oh, maybe she didn't bring him in. She didn't bring him in. Well, that's the last thing I need. Chase all the calves right out the gate. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, there's Junior right there. So I'll have a bunch of feeders to sell late summer, which is what I'm trying to plan for. The keeping a bunch of grain back from sending it down the road. I'm not going to need a lot. That 500 bushel wagon, for what I'm planning on doing feed wise, grain wise to them, I'll fill it maybe half, 3/4 the way full. There's a bunch of corn on it right now that is mine that I could keep. Maybe I should keep. The only thing is I don't have a empty weight on it. And by that, I mean, I need to know how much corn I'd be keeping back to feed my cows for insurance reasons. Not because I got a claim or anything. That's not the case. What I need it for is my yield, what my average yield will do going forward here, because I'm gradually getting better. But they'll have that shredded out really good. Everyone will be laying on it, and I'm hoping we're not super heavy into the winter weather yet, that they won't really be burning through them too quick yet. I mean, they have a little bit of a windbreak with this hay here, keeping the wind from blowing through this guardrail, and I don't know, we'll see how it pans out. That's one of my guilty purchases, depending on how the year goes. If I could justify it, a part of me is really thinking about going and buying just 5, 6, 7 red heifers, just to kind of keep adding to the cow herd, because all markets fluctuate. Absolutely. I should be able to get a bunch of my hay sold for what I want for it, but the going trend here lately is the price of hay and the price of cattle have gotten to the point where a lot of the guys that were buying hay to keep the cattle aren't willing to do it. So it's looking more like my opportunities are shifting to feed the cattle. I mean, I can make plenty of hay, even if I only sell part of my hay crop, enough to cover the inputs and expenses, and then still have plenty of feed to walk off the farm. I'd much rather do that with hay than I would with corn. I mean, I know corn's a staple for feeding and raising cattle, but any of the seasoned cattle guys that you talk to will say that too. It's not about feeding them the best feed, it's about what's the cheapest way you can feed them, and that's what we're trying to do here. But that's the cows for now. We're switching around. Hold on. I'm really amazed I can do that much wearing the gloves. We're switching around the fuel tanks. For everybody that has seen that 1,000-gallon tank sitting unused all year, well, since June or July, we got a bunch of diesel contracted that has to be, if we don't use it, you lose it, kind of a thing. Well, if we don't use it by the end of November, we lose our booking. Well, even if we don't need it for fall work, which I don't, for what we have to actually do, we'll probably be flush. But it's $1, the booking is $1 less than what I can currently get it for. So another $1,000 more to fill this tank than what it would have been normally. So we got a pump is actually on its way, and we're gonna get these switched around. So 500-gallon tank trying to operate off of just doesn't work, because I just pulled it dry trying to fill the combine up. I'll talk to you later.